We're gonna have to look at something here. You seen this new guy? This black comedian doing whiteface? Cause it's the shit. Okay, let's see what he looks like normally. Let's see him. Oh, we gonna have to subscribe. We got to. Drusky. Okay, you see him? Now check this dude out. Look what he done. Look what he's done. Okay, comedy go back to being comedy. Why is everybody offended by everything? Okay, well here we are, bitch. Time to shine. There's nothing fucking offensive about this. It's hilarious. I know some people will get mad about Drewski doing whiteface. I guess you would call it that, right? But I can't get over how good his makeup artist was for this video. He looks straight. If anyone hasn't seen it, go watch it. He's like a NASCAR American fan. Look at how good he, with the sunburn, he was out and about too, in the heat. So he was probably sweating, and he was drinking beer. There was beer Like, this makeup artist deserves, maybe white faces just are easier to do. I don't know. I've never partaken. No, but yeah, I mean, he looks like a white guy. Now on X, the conversation would continue. One white user would write, "For future reference, we as white people aren't offended by Drewski's whiteface. Literally nobody cares, and it's funny." Another would say, "Whiteface with sunburn is unbelievable. Hope Drewski paid that makeup team well." Even in the comments of the New York Post on Instagram, more would express they didn't find the skit offensive. As a white NASCAR fan, I have only one thing to say. This is hilarious and accurate. And lastly, another would write, "Nobody is offended. We all think it's funny. The media wants there to be a controversy. He looked like he had a great time." Now, outside of all the praise for his newest skit, there were several users, however, who did take issue with the skit, as they would ask, if things were reversed, how funny would it be, given that blackface has received so much backlash in history? Funny how it's okay when the roles are reversed, but if we do it, it's racism. Now, interesting enough, many others would say the same thing, and this would even cause one white user to respond to help answer why whiteface is acceptable and blackface isn't. He would go on to write, "Because blackface has historically been used as a way for white people to reinforce derogatory stereotypes about black folks, as a way of culturally reinforcing perceived white superiority. Whiteface, on the other hand, doesn't have these connotations because black folks have never oppressed white folks, and thus it becomes more about the black folks turning a tool of oppression against their oppressors and using it as a mirror. What Drewski is doing is holding up this mirror to white folks who, unsurprisingly, don't much like what they see." Now, in response to the uproar, Drewski would react to the criticism on Wednesday night, as he would post a video online with the caption, "Am I canceled?" So let's talk about it more in the comments below. What's your reaction to this new Drewski skit, and do you think it's racist towards white people? If you want to end racism, looking at yourself in this light's not a problem. I think this is hilarious. I think this is fucking hilarious. It is great. In fact, right now I'm going to send it to my friend, the congressman Democrat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sending it to his ass. Let's find him. Let's send it to Mr. Washington. Where you at, Mr. Washington? Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington used to be. I'm sending it to you. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he likes this shit. Mr. Craig. I'll show you who Craig is. Oh, I don't need to. Don't fuck up the link. Oh man, let's go back. We don't. Hold on. I don't want to make the mistake of fucking it up. I don't know if I did or not. Oh. Oh! Alright. If it expands.
All right. See, we'll see what he says. We'll see what he says about that. Who's Mr. Craig? You want to see who Mr. Craig is? Uh, there he is. This was my lawyer. He's a famous Craig Anthony Washington is an he likes it. Yeah. I gotta tell him. Although I don't know if he likes it or not, I would think he would think it would be funny because that dude's makeup was off the chain, and he may have to play like he don't think that shit's funny. It ain't cool, but for real, I think he would think it's cool. That dude's one of the most scariest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, and I don't know how he's been a Democrat his whole life and been in that scene, but on a personal level, as a person, he's fucking amazing. He's an amazing human. He really is. I have all my bullshit with politics that I don't like, but this is one of the ways I think we do have our ability to reach our hand across the other side. And I know this dude, and I love him like he's family too. And I met him through my dad, and he was one of my dad's friends. They were really good friends, and I had the opportunity to become friends with him too. So I'm glad he's doing well. He's pretty good ass dude. But but this is insane. Well, I think you get the message. What else do we got? Hold on. I'm gonna try the Chat GPT-4 now again. I want to pray for you that you're not bound by any evil spirits, evil angels, archons, transdimensional spirits. I ain't done. Transdimensional spirits or anything before we talk. That's a bunch of bullshit. What about normal? Can we do the normal? Can I pray for you that we're not bound by any evil spirits before we talk? I can do the other one, but I don't like its answers. Well, I had a wonderful birthday. I'm not going to lie. It sucked in the morning time, but that's just because it was going to suck. It doesn't now. Now that the day is over with, it's been very nice. I like to thank all my friends, of which I've got a few. I would have liked to had a message from my sons, and I think it's sad, that their mom didn't teach them to be better than that. Some people just have to control the flow of information in the world, and that's kind of what I'm dealing with her. I try to get her out of it, but there's nothing I can do about it. She's so threatened by any communication that she's played this role and been completely unhelpful and no mercy at all. Just complete, like, demonic, and doesn't see it at all. And it's sad if you have to deal with somebody like that, because they think they're enlightened and they think they're doing the right thing, but they're not open and able to communicate. And they're so angry and hostile while blaming you, saying that you've blamed everybody for everything. Yet, when the opportunity arises to clear the air, to do something simple, send me a picture of them. That's not them as a baby. And she couldn't even do that. She didn't have any problem talking to me. Of course, she stopped in the end. And I told her how dark and messed up that was. That, you're cutting them off from their whole father line. And for what? Why? For what reason? You are only serving the MK Ultra by doing that, because I won't be able to provide for them the information that they need. And since they're totally shut off against it completely, and I've heard what they believe, they think that happens, and it's totally backwards. And Drake should know because he was there. He should know because he's there. He was there. So he should know that they lied too. So maybe one day, maybe when he has his kid, he'll snap out of it. But until then, it's just very sad because it's not necessary. But I'm not going to be messed up about it. But it doesn't feel good, and it does hurt. But they can choose what they want to choose. If that's how they choose to live, that's a very narrow view of having the actual fullness. You have a whole nother parent that fucking cares about you. And if you're gonna let this stuff that happened between your mom and ourselves keep you from communicating, you're not doing very much thinking yourself. You're letting her do your thinking for you. And that's sad because she's never gonna be able to make the right choice. She never has. She never has. She's never tried, really, not to work on herself in the way where she doesn't go off and do evil shit. And there's very easy ways to do evil stuff. And I feel it's very dark and evil what is transpiring with those kids. But hey, I forgive her. I know that she doesn't know a better way than that. but I tried to help her, and she can't do it. It would go against too many things that she's counting on uh, playing the role, but she has to play the victim, and um, it wouldn't bode well with her narrative if suddenly she tries to get them to communicate. They wouldn't be on her side in her mind, and that's just not really the way it is. But whatever. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for giving me a great birthday.